All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, man. What's up, David Howard? Good morning, sir. What's up, Terrell W? We doing a Saturday morning film study this morning, so we'll wait for some people to come on in the building before we get it going. But we're doing Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, Roy Jones. We're gonna be watching. Those are the fights that we said we're gonna look at today. What's going on with everybody? Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm gonna wait for my guy. Phoenix the Assassin said he'd be coming on this morning, so we'll see. New series that we're doing. Vi Ferrer, what up, man? Andy Gill, what's good, brother? How you feeling this morning? Just gonna wait for y'all to come on in the door. Come on in the door. Come on in the door. Jameson Childress, what up, man? Windy City Assassin, what's going on, man? Denali Smith, what's good, man? Double, what's going on, sir? Vlad's dad in the building. What's up, Vlad's dad? How you feeling, sir? Willie Hill in the building. Abraham Davis in the building. What's going on, sir? Good morning for now. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yeah, Vi Ferrer, hit that like button on the way in, man. If y'all wouldn't mind. That'd be very nice. That'd be a very nice thing to do. So we are going to go through these fights today. Mr. Positive in the building. What's going on, man? Oh, that's what's up. Jameson Children said, start the new gig on Monday. Ready to get to it. That's what's up, man. Congratulations, man. I'm sure it'll turn out to be everything you wanted it to be, man. What's up, Phoenix? Come on. You ready? Here's the link, Phoenix. There's the link, Phoenix. Beautiful day to watch some real boxing. Yeah, we're going to have some fun this morning. Go on, Phoenix. Yeah. Vel Wagner, man. Good morning, sir. Phoenix the Assassin. Good morning, sir. What's up with you, sir?
Not a whole lot. What you up to, man?
All good, just chilling. About to watch these fights. About to watch these. We put together some stuff, man, for Gervonta and Shakur. We got Roy Jones on deck. I think we got plenty of footage to go through. Are you ready to watch this stuff with me, man? And let me know what you're thinking.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
All right. So we'll start off with your favorite fighter.
I say we should save the best for last.
Okay, who you want to go with? Roy first? You want to do Roy Jones first?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about Shakur, Roy, and Tank.
You want to do? Yeah, but I got we can do it.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah,
I got Gervonta and Shakur. I got Gervonta, Shakur, and I got Roy. And
let's do Shakur first.
Let's do Shakur first.
All right, no worries. Get the boring out the way first, so people. People will be hopping off, man.
That's fucked up. How are you gonna say some shit like that? All right, hold on, David.
That's the way it be.
Yeah, it is. Hold up. Hopefully, I can have everybody on here and not. Okay, let's see.
I don't know whether he's a southpaw or an orthodox fighter. In this case, he knew Suarez is a right-handed fighter.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, which Shakur fight we watching?
This is Suarez. I mean, I can do it by fight, but right now it's just like, look, I just got him. I got him cut by fights in chronological order.
Okay.
I think I had it all the way up to the last fight he had. Actually, the last fight he had. I have Tito Trinidad too, bro. Andy Gill.
Even you don't know whether he's a southpaw or an orthodox fighter. In this case, he knew Suarez is a right-handed fighter. And he's totally smothering Suarez.
Look at that. You like that hook?
Here he comes. He realizes he hurt him. Look at the legs of Suarez. Two solid. One upstairs and one downstairs. Shakur hit him on top of the head and down he goes. Arthur McCanny says, no, the fight's all over.
That's a guy that couldn't really do nothing to him.
No. But it was okay with that left though. That was the guy that really couldn't do
stops
that.
the fight. Shakur Stevenson is credited with a first-round knockout. Staggering, chopping hand, and down he goes right on his kisser, and he pushes himself back up. And evidently, Arthur looked into the eyes of this fighter and said, "No, I don't want you to take any more clean punches because you're taking a lot."
Is thrown. Goes to the body, places a right hand there, tried to chop down with that right hook. Short left hand on the inside, and that got to Mendoza. Said the last couple of days of training, you could smell the ash in the air. And Sparkle Lee has seen enough. Sparkle Lee did not like the...
Now that's down at 126. That's down at... I got you.
I'm sorry, I was going to say we should. I was going to say we could look at his more recent fights. Because
Daddy, we forgot this one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so here
that was
different weight class.
all right. Name a fight.
we could do Haratuni.
If I have it, let me see.
Okay.
You just want somewhere he's gonna look bad? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, but
You just trying to find some shit where he look bad, dog? Like for real. Let me see. He said Hartunian. Knowing damn well Hartunian, he gonna look terrible against Hartunian. But okay, hold on.
that's like his most recent one.
No, that is his most recent one that I have is a Hartunian. Okay, so let me see. All right, so we'll do Hartunian.
Besides that, it would be maybe
No, I got Hartunian. Don't worry, we'll do
Okay.
Hartunian. Okay, I'm sorry. There, let me see.
All right.
Let me go back. Let me see something. You gotta put that mute on mute. Baby's loud in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, really.
I know
loud.
how he be.
No. Oh, I could actually. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. Was 7-6? Oh, you know what? I can't do 7. That wasn't quite a year ago. I can do Edwin De Los Santos. I couldn't get that because it's not been a year. So I think that's why I couldn't get it. So let me try Edwin De Los Santos. No, we know damn well. Hold on. All right, I'll see if I can do that. Because I can't do anything over a year. It's been a year. So okay, it's coming up. All right, we'll look at that fight. He's got like 6 fights. He's got like 6 fights there. All right, so I'll pull that one up. Where'd Phoenix go? Phoenix had to jump off?
Yeah, I think so. He just went on out.
Bro, you just want to pick on Shakur. Yes, that's what he's looking for, bro. You suspect. Dog, can you not complain about every fucking thing, bro? I mean, seriously, man. Let me put this back on until he comes back on.
Absolutely. Come on, hands free.
See, that's showing him fighting on the inside.
With Caraballo, he knew he would be
Nice
outclassed,
body shots,
outskilled,
nice
and he goes down here
That was a nice
in
shot
round
right there.
number 6, halfway through round 6. And he's reeling in
shot.
pain.
Yeah, that's a
On the
nice
canvas.
shot, bro.
Shakur
Watch the
Stevenson
placement
just
here,
taking
Tim.
his time right now, setting up his punches. And he dips around with body shot, catches Caraballo
Dipped him
as
right
he's
in the
actually
liver,
trying
man.
to throw a shot at Shakur Stevenson. Here it is again from a different angle. Comes around the guard.
Body shot.
Caraballo has those earmuffs on, can't really see too much.
Ooh.
And he dips it right underneath with the left hand to the solar plex. Excuse me, it wasn't the liver, it was the solar plex of Caraballo.
Here comes the left hand.
Shot.
This is the knockout punch.
Yeah, that's a
Coming
nice
up
little shot.
right
Wow,
there.
I like that.
That was a perfect
That
liver
after
shot.
numerous body
Hell yeah,
punches
solar
that
plex, liver
landed.
shot, whatever it was.
Watch him bend,
Wow.
dig,
Ooh, that was
deliver,
nice right
and
there.
score the knockout.
Already with 11 fights. This is 12th fight right now. You know, he knows how to extend with his punches.
It's freezing right now. Like he doesn't have any answers. It's unnerving to miss a big shot. And then Guevara's going to have any shot to have any success. He's going to have to answer those attacks by Shakur Stevenson to get some respect. Because right now, he's
body
not
shot landed again.
He went down on that one.
You could tell when they
Guevara
dropped
just
their
wants to get
hands.
through this second
They thought they
round
hurt to the body.
Stevenson closes the gap. Straight left to the body again. That has been the punch of choice. He gets him against the ropes, and he goes down again. Closing seconds of round 2, second knockdown scored.
And it's appreciated. And I appreciate
there's that
fighters like
long-range left hand again. And that one, he's saying, went low. Back to action now. As Guevara is squatting and taken. And now he tries to fire back and is off balance in doing so.
Tell if he's going to get that, he's got to go to the body, but then come right back up to the head.
But going down to the body, Dre, is going to bring the hands down of Guevara. And it's going to leave his head exposed.
Oh, there it is upstairs. Shakur floors him again. He may not beat the count. It's a knockout victory. Newark's own, homemade, homecoming, home run.
What led to that? What led to that is the way that people supposed to break people down. That's how people are supposed to break people down. So, like, you know, he was getting them to the body. When you get hit with them body shots, and then like you used to looking for that because that's where Shakur was throwing the power to the body, and then what ended up happening was dudes over there expecting body shots, wanting to defend against him, and all of a sudden he got caught with one up top that he wasn't expecting. And them shots that you don't see, that's the ones that's gonna hurt you.
Yes, sir. All right. De Los Santos. You obviously we got about not a lot out of it, but you know. We can look at De Los Santos if you want to look at De Los Santos. You want to look specifically at Edwin De Los Santos?
It's gonna be funny to look at, but you know we can do it.
No, I mean if you want to, we can do it. I got it coming up.
Right.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, just give me a second, man. Let's watch it. Let's get the rest of this play out though.
About the follow-up, you see the body shot, right, left, then the combination to the head, a three-piece. And Guevara just had a decision to make. He said, man, I'm getting hit to the body. I'm getting hurt to the body. Now I'm getting hurt to the head. It all of a sudden doesn't make sense for a fighter when they're getting punished like that with both hands.
There was a left hand that came up from that angle to the head. There was a little body shot mixed in there as well.
But what I like about it is that he put them together in threes and fours, and he sat down on those punches. They weren't slapping punches. They were hard.
Opponents throughout his career at a 3.6 to 1 ratio. And there's the left hand at the end of the combination.
Jamel Herring has to ask himself, what is he willing to live with? Is he willing to live with being on the outside of those punches that are not going to stop coming and maybe at some point start looking for a way out or maybe get caught by a big shot? Or is he going to fight fire with fire and do what he told us he was going to do and try to back Shakur Stevenson up?
I know he can fight well in the inside, and he's showing us a different dimension of his skill set. He can do it all.
Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination. Then goes down to the body with a jab. Then back upstairs with a left.
All right, so let me get this. I think I can pull the one up you want me to now. Let me go. Edwin, you said Edwin De Los Santos, right?
Yeah, we can look at some of that.
Okay.
De Los Santos is extremely reactive.
Oh, really? First, Shakur Stevenson. Let me make sure I got that up there. Keith Nolan says Shakur only fights. Here, let me bring this down. Shakur fights on the inside only with opponents where he thinks it's completely safe. He's not like Lamont Roach, who can stand right in front of somebody like Tank.
Short right hand. Shakur answers with a southpaw hook.
I don't know where Phoenix went.
There's a body shot, left hand to the body.
Again, that's the cutoff punch right there.
All right, we'll start again. You ready?
Yeah. I was gonna say Keith ain't lying.
What did he say?
I was gonna say Keith Nolan ain't lying. He was spot on with that analysis.
Well, we'll see in this one. Yeah, okay. No hate, just analysis today. Thank you.
Short right hand, Shakur answers.
Well, nice
with a
shot
southpaw
inside
hook.
by Shakur, though.
There's a body shot, left hand to the body.
Again, that's the cutoff punch right there. Any type of attempt from De Los Santos.
There's that jab off the hip from Shakur. He was stressing that to us yesterday, Tim, saying he's been working on the jab.
All right, go back a few seconds. Go back a few seconds.
Pressure.
Any type of
right when De Los Santos was in that corner.
There's that jab off the hip from Shakur.
I guess the right here calls it.
That to us yesterday.
So at that moment, what De Los Santos could have done to go ahead and cut the ring off, he could have stepped in with his left leg to go ahead and square up a little bit more and throw like a wide sweeping left hook to the body. Because at that point, that you probably land a body shot to the liver, but the head isn't going to be there because of Shakur's movement. But like in that type of situation, like instead of staying up on him like that, like you could either take a step back to the middle of the ring or bring your other foot forward to square up. So that way, you can go ahead and land a shot. But he didn't do that. Like he just kind of followed him. And that's why Shakur was able to get away.
That right there.
Yeah.
Let me back it
So
up.
that's the. Or that's what Shakur could have done, or whoever was in the corner.
Right now,
Mixed him up.
right here. It's gonna be right here, like right there. He's in the corner.
Yeah.
And
right there.
And throwing a sleeping throwing a sleeping right hook to the body, left hook to the body, or left hook to the top to try to cut him off and bring him back. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Because that's what he could have done right there. But some fighters, it just depends on how they train. Some of that they got to improvise on their own if they're able to. But yeah, like that's something that Canelo did one time against William School. He did that one time against William School, switched to southpaw, and caught him, but he only did it one time throughout the whole fight. So that's one of the things where you got to think outside the box when it comes to technique. Like, don't just sidestep. You can switch stances. Like some people think that you got to stay in the same stance the whole fight, or if you switch, you got to switch for a certain amount of time. But now it could be just for a moment like that, and you're good.
You look at this exchange real fast.
But Shakur didn't make him pay right there.
No, he did not. Now he goes with a left hand to the body. And the 4.
See, I think that's what Shakur is talking
Round
about.
number 5.
You did see in this fight, you did see with Edwin De Los Santos a good amount of Edwin De Los Santos not engaging. Like when he did try to come forward, he'll get on that back foot too. What do you think about that, Phoenix or David?
I think Edwin's just being like, okay, you don't want to fight me. I'm not going to fight you when you're trying to come forward. I seriously think that's what it was.
Nothing, Shakur Stevenson. Look, they're not scintillating. I understand the boos. I watched them spar a few weeks ago, and I saw something new. I said, I've never seen that jab. His hand was a little bruised, his left, and he swears it's perfectly fine now. But he told us he was going to unveil that jab.
See, that's what you're talking about. See, even like right there. Let me see how he scoots back.
And he swears it's perfectly fine now.
Scoot back.
But he told us he was going to unveil that jab tonight, and it is really, really fast.
Shakur Stevenson right now landing 31% of his jabs.
He does fight in straight lines.
Because you want to be aggressive against Shakur. You do. You want to be aggressive. You want to step to him. But at the same time, you want to limit your mistakes at the same time.
Where before the round started, Wally Moses, the trainer and grandfather of Shakur Stevenson, said, all right, now start scoring on this guy and emphasize the jab.
Right. Step back. Good.
Good shot right there. So a part of me feels that The reason why he's not stepping on the gas a little bit more is maybe he's thinking about going the distance. Hit the shoulders, hit something. That jab right now is starting to dominate this round for Shakur. Looking to inflict more damage. But again, he's extremely cautious. He don't want to get hit with anything. And now he's in total control right now. He has.
Yeah, he's hopping in and out of range. Like hopping in and out. He's not slipping. Is that what you're saying? That's what they're saying, huh? You know what I mean? You there, Phoenix?
Oh, my mic was muted. That's what I've been. Yeah, that's what I've been saying about Shakur. And like Tank said it too. Like whenever it comes to defense, you know, if he just get completely out of range to where no punch is going to be thrown, and he's not even able to counter, it's like, okay, you out there, no one's throwing punches. So what are you really defending against? But you look at somebody that he's compared to, like Floyd. Like people say, "Oh, it's the best defense we've seen since Floyd." But like Floyd would stand there in the middle of the ring with you, damn near stepping on your lead foot, and still be making you miss 3, 4, 5 punches in a row.
Come on, let's look. Hold on. We got something. We can look. Hold on. Just for that example, let's go over here. And thank you to Top Rank. Hey, man, if y'all want to support in the Super Chat and the Cash App is greatly appreciated because we got to pay Top Rank for this footage, man, just so you know. And ain't nothing free in the world. So thank y'all. But thank you, Top Rank, very much. Let me see. All right, so we'll go like probably the best example of Floyd.
They can't hit him on the chin. Nobody can hit him on the chin. He's too fast. So you don't sit in front of him.
Follow-up punch that would get him if you land to the head.
So yes, he's there.
This is only the third fight at the junior level.
That's what they say, misses by inches.
He is the former
He move his body, and something come back at him.
That is.
He can't appeal to the referee. He gets drilled as he was looking over at Earl Morton. Protect yourself at all times.
That's right. He's going to take a standing eight.
Good look here. There's Mayweather. Has his hands on Gaddy here. Referee should be here. He hits him in the clinch. Then that. Gaddy looks over at Earl Morton. Can't do that. And then Mayweather comes in.
The referee was not in a position to see Mayweather leaning on Gaddy's neck and pushing him down.
And we're also informed that on the replay, that could have been a very devastating shot. And again, Gaddy being held down low.
The flurries that he can fire out so quickly. There's a left hand to Gaddy's face.
I think Dude and Castillo may be a better one. Let's move back to
Bernardo?
I just spoke with Walling Moses.
I think we'll go to Castillo.
Okay, and he says yes, it's okay. I actually want him to throw it more, so the offense is coming.
Because again, he doesn't feel safe throwing that backhand because they'd have put him out there.
Don't hit him in the back. Keep him in front.
To be countered.
But what he said right there is something I agree with. At least that's from my observation.
And then again, good defense coming from Shakur.
Right now, a plus.
What did he say that you agree with
in this fight for Shakur?
Oh, Stevenson. So like they were saying, like, Shakur don't throw his right or his backhand because that leaves you more exposed. But like going more into that, I kind of feel like Shakur's style, like since moving up at least, because at 126 and 130, he did fight a little bit different. It was a little more aggressive. But here at 135, it's like, okay, he'll lull you to sleep to where it's like, okay, there's nothing's happening. Like this dude done fainted like 10 times, nothing's happening. What the hell? And like they get to a point where they're kind of lax, and he'll go ahead and surprise him with some shots, and then wake him up again. It's like, and then they start coming after him. So he's like, let me move out the way, and then go ahead, rinse and repeat. So he kind of waiting for the coast to be clear to where it's like, yeah, they too lax right now. I load them to sleep. The chance of them being alert enough to go ahead and counter or even see my punch coming is pretty low because I don't bored them so much. Let me go ahead and attack and see what happens. And that's kind of how I feel that his style goes, and it's a little bit different because it's like he's not really creating opportunities for himself. He's waiting for the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see you. He's waiting for the opportunity instead of creating it. Absolutely, I get it. What's your take, Dave? You got something on that?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree as well. But I see what he does. Another thing that he does, like we were saying, on the straight line, he'll go back. He'll hop back one spot, then he'll hop out one more spot to where as though he's completely out of pocket and circle around in order to go back in the pocket.
Okay.
The gap between his percentage landed compared to De Los Santos. But his more recent fights have been more entertaining offensively. If Shakur Stevenson is able to win this
punch that's loaded in mud,
then it'll be 3 division world championships in just a 9-fight span of his career.
Nice left hand right there from Shakur. No
I kind of
return
want to
fire.
see exactly when he hurt his hand.
Good jab. Ooh, good exchange right there. Starting to heat up a bit.
And a right hook. Wally Moses says left hand is fine. I was encouraging him to throw more of it. But to your point, Mark, it has been the jab. He has thrown 108. He's landed 32. That's southpaw weapon.
People are already sizing up Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis. Tank Davis is southpaw, explosive, quick first step. Vicious one-punch knockout power, but again, if you can't land that, how are you going to beat this kid?
Out of pocket with that one.
That's my question.
Damn, that was funny.
Nowhere near like that.
Floyd Mayweather.
Hey, bro, that little dude tried to run, didn't he?
He's like, hey, you running, I got to run too.
He ran at him. Hey, man,
Floyd
that dude
Mayweather has
high
always showed us De Los Santos is struggling landing any kind of offense.
I think we're going to look at that. All right, so we'll look at
clearly a break from Harvey Dock there.
Good jab. Still see the sharpness coming from Shakur. There it is, taking a risk. And Shakur again being sharp. Beautiful work right there. This is beautiful boxing now. Now you're starting to see a little bit of urgency coming from De Los Santos, and he's making mistakes.
Whoa, you hurt his hand?
Yeah, go back.
Another
You see how he shook his hand?
Beautiful work right there. This is beautiful boxing now. Now
see right there.
Beautiful work right there. This is beautiful boxing now.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, no, you're saying that was
a little bit of urgency coming from De Los Santos, and he's making mistakes. Another right hook. He might have won every single round thus far. But again, you said the high was the last round.
That's when he got on that jab. See?
But this right here is like what we call swimming without getting wet. That still has punching power right now. But you see him now stepping a little bit more or committing with his punches a little bit more now. And again, Shakur will leave it just like that. He doesn't care. And that's why you're seeing Shakur. Beautiful
combination from Shakur.
Look at that. This
1-2 combination, the left-landed flush from Stevenson.
That's what you're seeing, a boxing lesson.
Stop. We're good. Keep him in front.
All right, I think that was it, right? Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to bring this. So, what was your take on that?
On that fight as a whole, like it was one of those things that was very telling for how fighters react whenever they got to face adversity. You know, whether it's an injury that pop up, whether they get cut and they start bleeding, or you know, even if they get hurt and knocked down. Like you see that if Shakur's hand was hurt like he says it was, and it's like, yeah, his instinct is, nah, I'm getting out of there. But we've seen other fighters, you know, like Floyd. He broke his hand against was it 20? It was against Jesus. No, not Chavez. What was his name? It was like his 23rd fight or something, 26th fight, somewhere around there. But he ended up breaking his hand in that fight. But he switched southpaw, and that was the one. That was the one where he had thrown a hook, hit the dude on top of the head. You know, it was kind of the knockdown because his glove touched the canvas. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that fight, like he ended up switching southpaw and, you know, fighting from the southpaw stance. And then like he ended up injuring his other hand. So, you know, he was fighting throughout the rest of that fight with two busted hands and still, you know, putting up better numbers than his opponent was. Like he didn't shy away, you know, or even like Tank in his fight with Pitbull, injured his left hand, but then, you know, we seen him come back round 12 and outlanded Pitbull by double without throwing his left hand a single time in round 12 and stayed in his face. So, you know, like different fighters got different ways of dealing with things like that. And, you know, for Shakur, it's like, oh man, you know, you keep on telling us you're this, you're that.
You know, Pedraza, who gets nailed with a big left right
There
away.
we go, some excitement.
He switches. He came out, was just trying to come out, putting a lot of pressure, maybe trying to get the youngster, catch the youngster off.
Hey, Andy Gill said a little something for the Saturday morning bids. Thank you, brother. And then, for 1 second, let me get this cash apps real quick, man, and we get back to watching some stuff. Thank you. My guy, Melvin Perry, thank you. Q Dog said, from a Q to a noob. Stay strong, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $25 holler, man. That's huge. Thank you for the support in the cash app, brother. And Barbara Davis said, to help pay the bills. Thank you, sister. Appreciate you. Always need that help. Thank you. Let's get back to it.
Oh, nice combination put together by Doc. We've seen Pedraza do both, go inside and back. Oh, sharp counter uppercut. That was sharp. Guys are not going to hurt him. Pedraza keeps coming.
See that head movement?
It's going to be a long
body movement.
Where Davis is going to have to stay consistent with this kind of work. Davis when throwing his hooks.
To the body. There we go.
You see, go back about 3 seconds. About 3 seconds. So right here, when see that right hook that Pedraza threw, that Tank just made him barely miss and stayed up in there. You know, that's misses and inches. Like that's what you got to do if you want to be able to counter effectively.
Ooh. That is, I'm telling you, I've never seen any of these dudes have a fight as good as this one with Pedraza, bro. That double, that uppercut off that counter, off that flip.
And it appears Davis' confidence is growing by the second.
See, I like that. So you go back about 3 more seconds on that. So watch what Tank does whenever he throws his right hook. He's still framing him with the right hand, even though he missed. To go ahead and control the head.
Sometimes it's easier to find those openings when you fight a lefty as a lefty. Davis finds another opening with the right hand.
So right here, watch him throw the right hand, the right hook, but he'll miss it, and then still bring it back. Right there, and the catch it. Yeah,
I see. He misses when he palms you with it.
Make him bite on a couple of those. You know, that way he's looking to counter air, and then you can counter that. Counter left hand.
Like it's framing when you do it off a punch. Now my coach, he always called them sticky punches.
You see, Davis makes all those defensive moves. If you drop a feint in there, you'll put him out of position. Overhand left scored by Davis. Those shots are being blocked by the guard of Pedraza. Yeah, well, head movement. Some wins coming inside the distance. So very creative is Davis. Sharp counters, different angles. Punches than Davis is starting to open up in terms of combinations. Quickly.
Yeah, he having fun in there.
disgust on Davis. He threw those shots. Oh, Pedraza getting the timing. Oh.
Now Pedraza's head movement avoiding a lot of those shots.
I mean, if it's been the opposite.
Yeah, there have been moments, but I still think it's a tactical error by Pedraza. Oh, that jab snapped the head of Pedraza back like a Pez dispenser.
Again, it's really down to the comfort zone of the fighter, but a lot of times, if a guy knows how to fight lefty, he'll fight a left,
Couple
another
of
left.
right hooks land on the face of Pedraza by Davis. And a left
And
hook
pause it for a sec.
and another one on the inside.
Oh, good body.
Yeah, so like one thing here, like we look at Tank here with his back up against the ropes, and this is something that we talk about in our gym. It's like, yo, you got to be comfortable in every situation. Like you can't look to only fight in spots where you're comfortable. So we've seen Tank in the center of the ring, you know, when he was the one on the attack. We've seen him like in the clinch. We've seen him in the pocket. Now we see him with his back up against the ropes. You know, he doesn't look phased. It's not like in a hurry to get off the ropes and go find safety. You know what I mean? And that's something that's telling about some fighters because they're not comfortable in certain situations, or maybe they don't got the tools, maybe they're not as confident in their abilities. But you see, if they get into a certain spot and they're very quick to get out, it's most likely because they don't like that spot. But we see like Tank, he's not doing that. Like he's staying right there. Like as soon as his back touched the ropes, like sure he could have dipped out, tried to get back to the center of the ring, but nah, like he stayed in and kept fighting. That's something worth noting.
Uppercut to the body and another one on the inside.
Oh, good body shot by Davis. He got that underneath there. He hurt him with that body shot.
Pedraza's hurt.
Pedraza's hurt.
Here's where we'll see the work downstairs and how Pedraza will be hurt. Working upstairs and downstairs is Davis, and he showed great combination work.
There it is, right there.
There's the body shot that just really hurts. Well, the tactical error that Pedraza has made has cost him here in this round.
Well, he turned righty there, right there, to get that side of his body away from him.
Good idea. And yet, look at Gervonta Davis, 22 years of age, still showing composure. Team off on Pedraza. Around Davis would continue the assault. Now Pedraza's a righty because of the body shot with his left hand very low to protect the body, and Davis very smartly throwing right hooks. Less than 30 seconds left in a sixth. That has Davis hurting Pedraza.
First, but I don't know if you need to make like you're in the doctor's office when you're checking a fighter either. He
was very accurate and very active. A huge edge in power punches last round.
Mo, I have it 58-56 Davis. I don't say this often, but to me, every round has been very easy to score. I would be very surprised if the judges had it any different. Whichever fighter has accelerated has won the round.
He's never been past it. Yeah. So
we'll
see. Oh, left hand scores. Chopping left hands by Davis on Pedraza.
Yeah, man.
Still recovering from that body.
This fight, I still have not seen these dudes have a performance as good as this. He's about to slump in here.
Pedraza doubled over, opening up an opportunity for an uppercut just like that.
Dude, Tank's performance against Fonseca, now that one was something special.
On Pedraza. Vicious right hand. Pedraza goes down. I see a lot in this fight that he didn't do against Lamont Roach. He didn't do any double. He didn't do any left-right combinations to the body as well. In Lamont's fight.
A big right hook.
Yeah, the right hook, which had become a very important weapon for Davis, sent Pedraza down. And he had landed some very big punches prior to that. And as you pointed out, Paulie, Pedraza was still hurt from the body punches. And Pedraza sitting there getting ready to get up, but they would not allow this fight to continue as he struggled to his feet, and the referee took a good long look at him.
Here's the thing, I didn't think he struggled to his feet, but he had taken a lot of damage, and it's probably a good stoppage in the end.
Here we see it
Not probably a good stoppage, it was. Like, look how his head turned.
Morrow mentioned to Davis is that right hand.
Like I was thinking like Pedraza was gonna end up with a broken neck. Like the way his head was turning off them things, man. Like, ooh,
Mayweather had some solid left uppercuts early on in the fight.
Man, he's whipping them.
Definitely got whiplash off that.
Yeah.
A lot of torque. Look at this. Look at the torque he generates because he comes with the left hand and misses it, and it generates the torque to the other side of his body, and he's able to really get a lot of leverage on that hook when he brings it back around. It's not the
Hey, Ox Steel. Ox Steel with the $5 holler said, Shakur just as fake as Tupac.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Oh, the way he was hitting dude with these uppercuts right here. The ref had to save that man's life. And that's the same ref that was saving Devin from Ryan.
Hell yeah, Harvey Doc. What's this? Look what nigga looking like. Hold on, man.
Hey, that's because he didn't think Tank was on his level, and then Tank was like, I mean, I'm gonna show you.
Hold on, man. What is on this dude's facial expression, bro?
I think that was in Baltimore, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was here.
Val Wigner said, loving the new style of content. Cool, man. Yeah, it's our Saturday morning show. Saturday and Sunday, man. We watching boxing on Saturday and Sunday. Ooh. That shit's funny.
The last punch, though.
Oh, this guy right here with the blue shirt on.
Daddy.
Yeah, that's Harvey Doc.
This is just careless on the inside. This is a 24-year-old kid who may be a little bit overconfident in the moment. Maybe just trying to let the crowd know that you might be I might be up against a hometown guy, but I'm not intimidated. And it's a bit too much. There he has the presence of mind to block, though. He knows the right.
See that punch placement. That's what gets people because dude had his hand up, but Tank still managed to throw that punch like between his guard on that side too.
But that's that shot that you were saying you need to cut him off. He stepped off to the side and threw that shot out like that's the same shot you're talking about in the corner. Hey, Val Wagner said, loving the new style of content. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Subscribe to the channel. Supporting the Cash App Super Chat would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
But that one doesn't really land. That one does, but it's kind of smothered shot. That one's a good shot.
The fact that second left hand hurt him again is what sent Doc in. And I think he was worried about him getting hung up on the ropes and taking punishment. Obviously, you see, he doesn't agree with the stop.
No doubt to me he felt the shots. No doubt. But
in any case, a victorious
Davis, no straight left.
This Fonseca?
No, Fonseca was when Tank was wearing like the blue. He came out with like the Cookie Monster outfit. This one I think is Hugo Ruiz.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Hugo Ruiz. Okay. Oh, what dude dropped off? My guy must have popped out, dropped out.
That connected right on the temple, and down went Ruiz. And the blood pouring from the head of Ruiz. And Jack Reese asked him in Spanish, he goes, do you want to continue? And Ruiz gave no sign that he wanted to continue. And lo and behold.
Yeah, he was done. He wasn't coming back to note.
Done. And excited crowds. I mean, look, dude, seriously, man, Gervonta's got to be with one of my. But look, I think I got it. Give me a second. We're going to look at this fight. I got the fight now that you wanted before.
What an impressive impressive performance.
Can we pause that for a second? Oh, I'm sorry. Meant to do that. Let me here. This is the Floyd overcoming some adversity. I want to see this one. Come back. Give me 1 second.
Oh, it was Carlos Hernandez. That's who it was. It was like his 23rd or 26th fight.
Uncle Roger was a two-time world champion.
Oh, yeah, Castillo.
Comes out, goes right to the
Yeah.
top, works a little bit of a
It's the
left
first
hook in
Castillo
there.
fight.
Second one.
Oh, the second one, Floyd had like the powder blue shorts on.
Oh, did he?
Colors of Mexico.
Yeah. So I just studied all of Floyd's fights like relentlessly.
Oh,
So I be
okay.
remembering
A
now.
lot of people making the trek north of the border to see their champion take on a great American champion in Floyd Mayweather Jr. Like I said many times before, he is moving up in weight class.
Yeah, you're right. This is the first one.
He would also like to take on Costa Zoo. Good right hand from Mayweather, who looked awfully determined right there to land a big shot. Round one scheduled for 12 for the WBC lightweight. Oh, big left hand.
I was mad they called that a slip. That was a good one.
It's a slip, but it looked like a punch to me. We'll have to look at it later.
No, that's a
He
slip.
tripped off his own feet. It was
Oh yeah,
right. I didn't have this
I think Floyd might have stepped on his foot maybe,
to avoid getting hit.
but he did get hit with that hook though.
Coming right, I didn't have this angle. Coming right back at me, and it looked like it was a punch, but he was trying to avoid
Oh,
getting
he
hit.
missed.
Tripped over
Okay,
his
okay.
own feet going backwards and ruled it a slip, and they went on about their business. You can see an example. Oh no, we've got nothing much of doing in this round at all, but you get the sense sometimes that Mayweather wants to see things like that and try to see if he can't land something, but he's not going to stand there and get hit, that's for sure.
Oh, look at the orthodox.
He's
Look at
southpaw right
Southpaw
now.
Floyd.
Yep.
Southpaw Floyd.
Flashed uppercut, just missed Mayweather.
That's why when
Yeah,
people
you
be talking
know-
about
you
Terrence
know he was
Crawford,
off.
I'm like,
Hey, you know he was confused. If he was going southpaw, you know he was confused.
A little bit of an uppercut that just missed. Crowd responds, but Mayweather wasn't hurt. Final seconds, round 4. Oh, big quick right hand from Mayweather. Just walked across and delivered it. I don't think Castillo even saw it coming. Yeah, he's turned around. Mayweather from time to time will turn himself around and go left-handed. Now he's back to right-handed, but he'll do that. Little left hook inside it just almost landed on Castillo.
Floyd had an underrated left hook.
Floyd?
Yeah.
Very that check left hook for sure. He's gotten a few
Like-
people out of there with that.
So there's that right
I think he's just
But
got.
the
I
way-
think Floyd had very underrated power. Period, man.
Castillo's just glad to find him. Nice
If
right
he'll
hand
walk you
from
down,
Castillo.
he'll walk you down, man.
Oh, yeah, his problem was just breaking his hands.
Turn the favor.
That was the big issue. Because like he was, I guess like the story was he was wrapping his hands himself and was doing it the wrong way, and that's why he kept breaking them. And that's why he eventually brought Rafael Garcia in.
Street fight if he has to. Mayweather's a pretty cool customer, though.
And I think was this his first fight at 135?
First fight, right off the
Right after Gennaro Hernandez.
Mayweather's attention, that is
Yeah.
for sure. A little bit of a wrestling match at one point in this round, and then Mayweather hitting off his footwork, off his.
And see, and that's another thing. This is a fight people were interested in. Like they wanted to see this.
punch inside.
And
yeah, I was surprised. I thought they were trying to get him beat, man. It's the hardest they were putting him in.
Halfway through round 7, scheduled 12. Still has 50 professional fights, 41 knockouts. Now Mayweather starts to pepper him a little bit with some short jabs.
I like how he came back with the jab after the left hook.
Castillo throws some punches, and Mayweather's holding his arm down. Castillo just wants to go. Good hard left hand from Mayweather. Another one. Now it's kind of turned into a little bit of a street fight.
And the way that Floyd throws that lead left hook, like it's one of those things where you don't know if it's going to be a left uppercut, a hook, or a jab just because of the way he starts off each one.
Mm-hmm.
An uppercut that missed. It would have been pretty effective. Now they punched after the bell. Big Draculix may make a decision to take a point away from Mayweather. Mayweather, that chopping overhand right. Oh, there's a good combination from Mayweather. There's the left. He follows up the left with the right. It's very effective. Castillo felt those punches. Luis Castillo, the man who's trying to take it away from him, is in the yellow and white trunks. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
And you see Floyd kind of slowed down here, like as the fight went on. And I don't know if that was like the arm injury, because I think they said he tore the rotator cuff in this fight.
What do you say?
Take care of business. We'll see.
I was saying, like, I didn't know, like, if Floyd was slowing down here because of his rotator cuff or not. You see, as the fight went on, he did kind of slow down, and I know they mentioned he had like a rotator cuff injury.
Yeah, I got another angle with like a little bit more focus on what Castillo was doing. Give me a second, and I'll put that on right after this is done.
Yep.
Roger Mayweather told his nephew to sit down, punch, and move on. That's pretty simple what that means. That's below the belt.
Man, that's just some tough, man. These dudes are tough, man.
Him up a little bit. That was just
oh, yeah.
The Grant.
Feel like that movement. He went one way, then the other. Gave him the slip.
There's that right hand Mayweather likes to throw over the top when he gets a chance.
Go back about 3 seconds.
Tonight, to any extent. There's that right hand Mayweather likes to throw.
A little bit more.
Not boxing related, but every morning for about 8 months straight, I get ready to go to work and listen to you. Thank you for enlightening me with your knowledge, even through a tough breakup, sir. Much respect. Thank you, sack of shit. I appreciate you, brother. I'm sorry you're going through that tough breakup, man, but thank you so much for your support, man.
When he gets a chance to do it.
Yeah, go back a little bit more. I think it's a little bit before that. You see Floyd had dipped down and came back with a 1-2.
Downstairs, once again, Castillo awfully close to throwing low blows, and Floyd standing there and taking it right now. He's already had 1 point taken away for an elbow. Draculus didn't want Mayweather leaning on him so much. And somebody will counter with USA in a minute. So nice little right hand from Mayweather.
Man, they are going at it, boy.
Yep. See, and this is why I'm like looking at Bill Haney like a crackhead. It's like for him to say Pretty Boy didn't do nothing in this sport. Like, come on. When are we seeing any of these new guys coming up in fights like this against somebody that's looked at as a killer, like Castillo was? Like Castillo was the man at 135 at this point. That was like, yo, if you want to say you somebody at 135, you got to beat him. And like standing there toe to toe with him like that.
Just to let it go now. just trying to let his hands go. Mayweather complaining in the past.
And you see how Floyd making them miss while they right there, shoulder to shoulder still.
Right there. Under 10 seconds left. Both fighters look a little spent at this point. 5 seconds left. Castillo still trying to land a punch. And that's that. They're still fighting after the bell.
See, and they went till the bell, right? And then we see some fighters that get to that bell, they want to dance around.
This is more like an angle for more than Castillo did a little bit better. Let me see if it's the same.
There was an accidental headbutt. After 4 rounds, they would go to the cards.
Castillo's just rough, bro.
Oh yeah, got to make it an ugly fight.
Busy and try to fight his fight a little bit more, which is going to be with the heavy punches and the body punching. About a half a minute to go in round 2. Castillo beginning to loosen up and use a little.
He bounced. He cut the ring off.
Yep. But then Floyd gave him the slip.
Yeah.
And you see Castillo, you know, he did the right thing there because he cut across the middle of the ring. Like if you go back about 5 seconds, yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like a fighter who can cut the ring off. See right there how he slid to the side, and he cut across the middle of the ring instead of like trying to chase after Floyd. That's one of the things that if you know how to cut out the ring, you're gonna do versus what they call following the fighter.
Castillo, 10 seconds left, round 2. And now the little infighting here is little kidney jab from Mayweather. He finds a spot, he sees a spot, he hits it. That's the way he works. See it, hit it. Castillo doing a good job of stalking. He's trying to stay right in front of Mayweather. Good punch. There's some body work that Castillo wanted to do. Now Floyd's just kind of pushing him back.
Just an active fighter. Castillo's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Only seems to get
I believe so. I believe so.
He should be.
Jose Luis Castillo.
Because I'd be surprised if he's not.
Now they're getting into it a little bit. Castillo wants this. That's the end of the round.
Yeah, I like that. That shows you some grit right there. Hold on, watch this. That's just grit right here. Look at Floyd right in between here. That's grit.
Yep.
A little bit south of the border there. Now Castillo's pushed Floyd down to the mat. Let's see if that gets Floyd Mayweather upset. They may be in trouble of getting a point taken away if he has to warn him again. Pretty nice little jab from Castillo. Mayweather hits and moves. Throwing that jab out there, then moving out of harm's way. Now he sets himself down in sort of a haunch and gets ready to throw punches and steps out when Castillo takes the bait. A little bit of a short left hand inside. Castillo throwing punches down the line. Good right hand for Castillo. Mayweather standing there looking at him, saying, what's going on here? Final seconds.
Yeah, see, one thing about Floyd is like he could sit there in the pocket and take that.
He was wide open.
Like,
punch there. Castillo didn't throw the trigger.
he wasn't out there trying to go ahead and skip out of town and none of that.
Nah, he'll stay in there with you a little bit because he's so good at flipping.
It's a very effective punch for him. Now, you get the sense Castillo wants to get busy. Nice flicking jab from Mayweather. And we heard Castillo's corner wanted him to go downstairs, but I haven't seen him try to throw any body punches yet. I think he'd like to land any punch.
You know, see, Castillo stuck on him. That's something that fighters today don't have, that ability to cut the ring off like that, to stay on their opponent.
2 or 3 feet. seconds, round 8. Now Mayweather holds his arms down, holds Castillo's. And just when Castillo thinks he can get in there and throw some punches, he keeps getting tied up and facing that little jab. Castillo's trying to get across there and throw the big punches. Roger Mayweather didn't have much to say to his fighter between those rounds. Roger knows what he's talking about, two-time world champion. He just said, "You're doing fine."
Got him with that hook when he was coming in.
Hell yeah, caught him with that hook. Nice, man. Bop.
Castillo trying to unload over there while he's got Floyd on the rope.
And this is a classic fight, too. This is a classic
Oh, yeah.
fight.
Right on him.
You see, one thing that Floyd is really good at is maintaining eye contact. Like you see, it's very rare that you catch him without his eyes on his opponent, and that's one of the reasons why he's able to be the way he is in the ring. Because like Steven there, when he's keeping his eyes on Castillo, he's looking at him. He's looking at everything Castillo's doing. Even when he dip his head out the way like that and roll out the way, like he's keeping his eyes on the opponent.
Look at his speed for Mayweather. Mayweather, for some reason, this round has decided to stand right in front of Castillo. That's not what his uncle told him to do, but Castillo's a determined fighter, but he doesn't have the speed to match up. Castillo's worked hard to get that championship, get those big paydays, but you don't have the God-given speed.
Even when he dip off to the side, when he's out there with the high guard, he's keeping his eyes on Castillo so you can see everything Castillo's doing. Read his body language.
Downstairs in this round, throwing a lot of body punches, trying the uppercuts.
I see the way he avoided that uppercut.
Under 20 seconds left.
See,
Round 11.
now that's one thing that Floyd did so well, and a lot of other technical fighters like
Still trying to grind out
making
something,
defense
trying to land a big
proactive
punch.
in a way.
Still throwing down there. He's finally
Because
Can you
sometimes,
explain that?
around his stomach.
so like the different looks that Floyd will give people, like right, he's leaning in kind of right. Like when you leaning in like that, a lot of times like that takes away the body because the head is right there. They got to like reach back to try to get to your body. So when Floyd is leaning in like that, he knows that if they're throwing a punch, it's going to be a headshot. So that way he knows like, okay, he slipped back because people are going to aim where your head is at, but they're not going to be looking to throw a punch where your head's going to be. So when he's leaning forward like that, he knows like, hey, if somebody throw a punch at me, it's going to be a headshot. And he know to move his head back because the body ain't available. So, things like that, you can go ahead and use probability to predict what type of punch your opponent is going to throw. And he does that a lot of times with his positioning, like that one thing where he'll slip under the left hook by bending over. So, like, it goes over his back. He knows the right hand's going to come back after that. So, he can move out the way. Like right there. Yeah. So, see, your right hand came back after that.
Yeah.
Things like that. So, if you have your positioning right, you can predict what hand they're going to throw with, even if you don't know what punch. And that's one thing that Floyd did very well with his defense, which is why he was so successful. Like using probability to go ahead and predict how a person is most likely going to react. Like even if you throw a straight right hand, 8 or 9 times out of 10, the person going to try to counter you with a left hook. That's why we teach you to throw a right hand and then roll. And you see that happen a lot against Marquez. He was just rolling under that right hand the whole time. Against Baldomir, rolling under the left hand too every time he landed the right. So that's probability, and Floyd knows this. So out of instinct, he's doing it, and he's avoiding a lot of punch. And some of it is reflexes too. But when you're using both, that's how you're able to create opportunities for yourself.
Okay. Ooh, hold on one second.
Little Mercedes was only 15 years old.
Feel like Floyd's putting that weight over his front foot. So the first punch Castillo's going to throw is a headshot.
As a prize fighter, there's a little low punch down on the hip. I try not to speculate.
I got a couple cash apps, man. Oh, thank you so much. Huge in the cash app.
Castillo was able to throw some of those body punches. Final round.
Okay, I'll tell you to turn the volume down on the video. Okay, cool. All right, real quick.
Just to let it go now. He's just trying to let his hands go.
Let me hit these paws real quick. Man, that was a war, bro. Real fast. Q Senior says, Shakur just as fake as Tupac. Jameson Childress with a huge $50 holler says, boxing Bible study, keep the content coming with the $50 holler. That's huge, bro. Thank you so much, Jameson Childress. Yeah, man, I'm enjoying this. This is fun, bro.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Thomas Hill said, link for Greg Hackett. Oh, here you go. Link for Greg Hackett. Here you go, Greg. Link for Greg Hackett. And turn the volume down on the video. I got you, brother. Thank you so much. When did that come out? 10:06? It's 10:07. All right, cool. Got you. All right, here. Let me see if I'm ready. Okay, I got this. All right, so this is the one I think we're going to watch next. Shock you with one. I'm going to shock you with one. David Lynch back in the building. What up, David?
Hey, what's up, man? I had a power outage in the area, man. And,
oh, that's all right. Hold on one second. Let me switch this up. All right, so this is Gervonta and Mario Barrios.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I like this one.
He's on a 15-fight KO streak. In fact, the last fight to hear the
He counted over the top of that right hook.
Leo Santa Cruz, of course, much smaller than Barrios, tried to push Davis back.
Davis double pumps the jab, just looking to use it as a range fighter, trying to find a way to close the distance. Neither fighter has ever been down in their respective pro careers.
There it is.
Left by Davis.
Adopted by Atlanta. And here, we'll see, we talked about Davis wanting to get the overhand left in. And there, actually, it was a pretty straight left hand.
See, it's because he dipped down and made Barrios think he was going to the body and caught him up top.
Landed, knocked him down with a left hook and a right hand. We haven't seen him even try that punch yet against him.
Davis has found a home for the left to the body and then upstairs. Davis is...
I hate when he talks to the audience, man. Can't stand it.
Yeah, I feel you. I remember Floyd used to be doing the same thing. He'd be having talk to them about football and then correcting them on his stats, like the commentary. He'd be talking to them like, nah, I did it this many times. Like, talking about switch to southpaw. That was something else.
Meanwhile, Barrios would love to earn a one-way ticket to the exosphere if he were to record.
I have no idea how these guys had Mario Barrios winning this fight at all.
Oh no, they didn't. The official scores had Tank up. The unofficial had Barrios winning.
Man, he just hitting that straight left. That straight left, he just landing.
Yeah, and that left to the body.
In the last round, Davis was able to get the left hand in on several occasions. It all came from
You know,
taking the jab away.
if you go back and look at that slow-mo bit. So you know it's something that Tommy Hearns always said. If I can touch him with the jab, then I can touch him with the straight. And the thing there is like Tank was able to touch Barrios' lead hand without taking a step forward. That's how he knows he's in range to land a straight. Like if you fighting someone and you can touch their lead hand with your lead hand or either of their glove, if you throw a straight with proper form, you can land it. You're close enough in range for it. And that's why you see that Tank is able to go ahead and land that straight left, because he's using that as a measuring stick, you know, touching their gloves with the lead hand. And he knows that's going to be the case no matter who he fights, because you know his arms is going to be the same length either way. It don't matter who he's fighting. He knows his range.
Woo! It's a nice left hand. Mario.
That technique working perfectly.
And of course,
left hand lands for Davis. Davis continues to lock down. Barrios continues to negate the jab by pawing at it. Hoping
They
to
give him quick. You right on that, Phoenix.
Yep. And another thing that Davis is underrated on is his jab. Because like for him to establish a jab against people who's taller than him with longer arms, that says something. You know, you shorter, you had a disadvantage there, and you got shorter arms, but you able to land your jab better. Like that shows you got a good jab. And then also, like I was saying before, about probability and defense. With him keeping Barrios' lead hand busy, you see that a lot of the times Barrios is throwing a right hand. He can't really throw the left. So Tank knows, hey, I'm gonna just defend against your right and keep you from throwing your left. So basically make you one-handed.
First left uppercut we've seen Davis try it and almost got there.
You got to change the jab here and there for Barrios. You can't just throw it straight all the time. Oh.
Double jab followed by the left hand from Davis, and again, the crowd erupts.
Davis attacking and using the jab very effectively. We've talked about that. And what does it do? It sets up the straight left hand.
And those lead hand games, that was something that you see Floyd do a lot every time he fought a southpaw. That's probably a little thing that Tank picked up from him, like watching him, because I know he said he studied Floyd's fights.
What is that you said?
Oh, those lead hand games, like keeping Barrios' lead hand busy.
Yeah.
Like how we set that right hook up. Barrios was expecting him to touch gloves, and do that thing, but Tank tricked him and came back with the right hook over the top. Conditioning. Mental conditioning. Got Barrios used to tapping that lead hand.
And that's what I mean by perfectly placed and timed.
And then went after Barrios and would land a straight left that would send him down again.
Man, that is the reigning world champion at 147.
Yep. He about to fight Pacquiao.
Yep.
After this fight, Barrios went 12 rounds with Keith Thurman.
Yeah, he did. He looked good with Keith Thurman.
Yeah. And that was a tough fight to score, too.
Yeah, it was.
We've seen the way the Barrios done beat the hell out of Ugas, too.
I keep telling people Barrios has assembled quite a resume. That dude will fight anybody.
Yeah, he will. He don't say no.
And see Tank slip to the side to cut the ring off.
He's holding his ground. I can see Davis taking this round off after, throwing.
I remember this fight finished from a left uppercut to the body.
I think that 8th round took a lot of
or a left hook. I know.
Going for the knockout, so I think
he gave him that shank.
Yep.
Man, I'm having fun with y'all today. I hope y'all having a good time, man. This is fun for me. Thank out everybody that supports the channel too, man. Thank y'all for watching this boxing with me, this old school boxing.
Ooh, that right hook.
Will he be able to sustain and get through, or will he be hurt again by Davis's power?
Another right hook curls behind the guard of Barrios, and the jab pops Davis's head back. Davis walks in, left to the body, starts to back up Barrios. Barrios looking to utilize the jab. Punish and right hand the body by Barrios.
That was a little low by Barrios.
Under a minute left here in the 10th. Wow. Left to the liver by Davis.
Barrios was winning that.
Start working on that body. Ooh, upstairs. That was upstairs.
Barrios out there like, hey man, why you hitting me like that?
And Barrios has been 12 rounds twice. He's won both of them. Davis went into the 12th round when he knocked out Gamboa once.
Referee warning Davis for the forearms. You heard the corner watch the forearms.
Ooh. That was another one.
That was his monstrous left hook, and give Davis credit for taking that punch.
And Davis walking forward, walking through fire. Left uppercut, right hook lands.
It's almost seems like Davis is looking for a knockout.
Right hand to the body by Barrios.
There you go.
That's that body shot that finished it.
There you go. He hit him there like about 4 times during that round.
Yeah, Barrios was done after that.
He said, "Oh hell no."
He's like, "Yeah, we're trying to let you be a body."
He was still feeling it when he got up and he tried to move.
Yeah.
He was still feeling it.
Yep. He was hoping he'd have time to defend and recover. But look at this though. Catching them in the middle of when they're throwing a punch. Like you can't do nothing from that. Like, because it don't even take much to rupture your liver. Like taking a shot, like your whole body gonna shut down. Like you could try to fight it, but man, it's gonna be tough.
You remember when B-Hop stopped Oscar with that liver shot? Perfectly placed.
Man,
Yeah.
turn Oscar into a roly-poly with that.
Speaking of which, I got something for you since you said that.
You see
I
Oscar,
remember this fight.
Oscar's clapback Thursday, where he's talking about Eddie Cartel Reynoso's gym, destroyed him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw about it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yep. James Toney and Roy Jones. And see, there were a lot of things that Roy was defensively irresponsible on because, like, a lot of his defense was his reflexes, so he didn't really use fundamentals for defense. That was one of the things that I feel kind of hurt him.
That's what got him in his first loss.
If these guys were fighting at the same time as Clenell Ho Alvaroid, he would duck them for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Canelo didn't even want to move up because Andre Ward was still there. So even Andre
You're gonna
Derrell.
say, Kamal. Go ahead, Kamal. Don't let the take keep you from cooking. I'll turn the volume down a little bit. Hey, Dre's Finest said, Fanon the Great. Awesome content, sitting in my gazebo in my t-shirt and boxers, watching it on the flat screen, you dig? Oh, hell yeah, that was good. Salute. Keep it coming, you dig? I'm loving it. I really enjoy Phoenix's commentary. Yeah, Phoenix knows his boxing, bro. And my guy, Burweezy, he said, great show. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, though, dog. Y'all can keep that
That was
in the
one of the
cash
funniest
app.
knockdowns.
What do you say?
I always love this knock, the peekaboo. The peekaboo knockdown. It was playing peekaboo with each other. The peekaboo, I got you. Yeah, you see Tony face up, man. I really let him make me fall for that. He said, sit there. Look at it. So where you going? Sit there.
Hey, his legs is trying to. Hey, he didn't get knocked down though. Really?
He said, peekaboo. Yeah. They say, well, it counts as a knockdown per the rules because the ropes is the only thing to keep you
Oh yeah,
up.
he held the ropes. Yeah, he held the ropes up.
Oh. Man, Roy was ahead of his time.
Yeah, Roy was just so fast and had such great reflexes that, man, there was a lot of stuff that he didn't have to worry about doing the right way as far as defense, because he could just see everything coming and move out the way. But like once he lost that and had to rely on the fundamentals and basics, that's when we started to see a change in him.
Yeah, it was a shame what happened to him. Like, when he started fighting in Russia, just trying to make money, I guess, and it's just he didn't need to continue fighting.
Yeah.
All the time is undefeated.
If memory serves me correctly, he's like a personal friend of Putin, and he has Russian citizenship too. So he used those connections.
Yep, he does have a Russian citizenship.
Oh, dang. Dang. He just had Tony all out of sorts, so yes. His movement was just all over the place. And his movement all over the place, you can't tell where the punch is coming from.
Not at all. And Roy kept changing angles on him to get outside that lead shoulder. And punch around that, so you didn't have to deal with the shoulder roll. So it didn't really help James Toney in that fight.
Hell no. Give me 1 second. I had some more Roy for you. Or actually, hold on. I know what I was going to do. I was moving on to this one. We'll do a couple more fights. I'm having a good time. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm learning, listening to you, Phoenix. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
True that.
Fanon, I enjoyed your commentary on
careful.
boots.
He was looking at the referee. You
Hold
got to
on.
protect yourself.
I enjoyed your video on boots because there are people like spinning. This guy is honest. He and Bozy have always been honest. All he posts on social media is either training or I'm in church, hearing the word. And people are trying to make Boots out like he's some kind of duck. It's just lying. It's slander. It's libel. It's gaslighting. And so your video on that was on point. There are people that I normally agree with on YouTube, not mentioning any names, but they're just trying to make Boots out to be like some kind of like shisty figure. It's like, no, Boots has always been straight up, honest. And it's gaslighting. Thank you for that video.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, because the man's been in the weight class for 10 years, man. Give me a break. You know what I mean? Like 10 years in a weight class.
And Brian Norman Jr. clearly didn't want smoke with him. I saw him on Mill City's videos, countless, him and his father. And now when he moves up, now they're calling him out. It's smoke and mirrors. I mean, you can't rewrite history.
Now, you remember when they priced themselves out and ended up on that undercard?
Yeah. And you remember when, y'all don't remember this, Eddie Hearn had Jin Sasaki call out Boots, and everybody was saying Jin Sasaki was a bum, Boots shouldn't fight him. Oh, Boots is going to fight Jin Sasaki. Then Brian Norman Jr. fights him and gets a predictable result, and now Jin Sasaki's his great fighter? It's just nothing but spin and hype. People, it's just great commentary on the Boots situation. Phenomenal. Awesome video.
Appreciate you, brother.
Time, and he just ducked underneath that left hook.
Yep. And that goes back to that lead hand thing, because if you pause the video for a sec, so I'll go ahead and say this: that lead hand thing with Tank, how he does that lets you predict, like, again, what type of punches they're going to throw. They can't throw a jab, and they're either going to throw a right hand, or if he's coming forward, it's going to be a left hook, because he has to come forward to be in range to throw a left hook properly. Otherwise, it's not going to get around that hand. So Tank knew if Ryan coming forward off that, he's throwing that left hook, and he knows to go ahead and duck under it, because Ryan don't really throw his right hand all too much. Left hook is his money punch. So Tank seeing Ryan come forward like that, he knows, okay, left hook's coming. And he's like, okay, next time I'm gonna catch him. Next time I see him throw it, I'm gonna catch him, and did that to him. So, that's again, being kind of proactive with defense, creating the opportunity for yourself by forcing your opponent to move a certain way. Like people who's good at counterpunching, that's what they do. It's not just reflexes. Like they know this in their mind because they're picking up on tendencies while you're in there in the ring with them. And they're going to make you play to one of those tendencies and know exactly what they do. They've meditated on it. They're picturing it in their mind. And as soon as they see it, they go ahead and do it. And that's why they're able to catch people with counter shots, because they've envisioned it in their mind and they're picking you apart. But like people looking at it and they just think it's reflexes or a lucky punch or anything like that. They might have even worked on it in training camp too, and worked on how to set up that opportunity by forcing you to do a certain thing. So that's one thing that goes into defense that a lot of people don't really look at. And that's why they'll look at, oh, you got quick reflexes or you're moving out the way and say like, oh, that's great defense. But then like actually breaking it down to that level, being able to do that, that's what makes it good. When you're able to do that and force your opponent to do what you want them to do. Like that's the aspect of boxing where, people talk about 10% physical, 90% mental. Like the mental ain't just being able to keep going. It's enforcing your mental will on your opponent and making them bend theirs to your will.
Yes, sir.
And Davis with the right hand. Oh,
And you see every time Ryan throw that left hook, he's stepping forward. See? Bam. And got him.
Davis countered him with the left. He is great with that counter left hand. We talked about it before the fight.
And he's smiling at him too, like, yeah, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna get you.
He got off balance.
Wow.
Straight. He's had his head up high like he normally does. And guess what?
And that's why I think he's smiling at him. He's like, yeah, you don't know I'm making you do what I want you to do.
But Gervonta Davis came in with that beautiful overhand left.
And one important point is Garcia was able to get up from it pretty quickly.
Keep him busy, but don't overcommit or do not force something that is not.
See, same thing. He knows he can touch the glove, so he land that left hook or left straight left.
He can't land it as a counter punch to Davis. So I'm wondering if he'll lay back more, and they want him to fight taller.
And there, Davis with the lead foot to the outside of Garcia, allowing him to close the gap.
And to answer that, Al, it's only if Davis throws a lazy jab. That's where you want to take it a little step back and counter him with that hook. But right now, Davis is really fast with that jab.
In a linear position, and can at times expose his chin doing
And see, that's keeping Ryan from throwing that jab too, so he can't use the jab to come in.
Davis is my time that.
There's that left hook to the body by Garcia.
Yeah, he didn't overcommit it. He feinted. He didn't see anything. He didn't take it, and then he took it because he saw it. So that's how you do it.
There's that left hook, check hook by Garcia.
And if you pay attention, this fight also shows you why Ryan was a bad matchup for Devin too.
Why is that?
Because look at the way that Ryan's coming forward. Like he's taking small, careful steps. He's not really putting himself in a position where like he takes a large step and he's going to be caught off balance because it's like, oh, like in basketball when you're doing a crossover, you make them commit to a big step so you can go the other way. But Ryan is taking small steps while he's coming forward, so you don't have to worry about that, and that helps you cut the ring off better.
And he just did when you were mentioning it there.
Yeah. But a lot more, and they asked for that in this corner.
Looking at the lead foot.
The right hand is lethal for the southpaw.
See, now there was that attempt at a hook because Davis is starting to attack a little more.
A minute left in the fourth, scheduled for 12 at a contract weight of 136 pounds. Lead left hand of the breadbasket, scores for Davis. There's the right hand from Garcia.
And it's a lead right hand. You want to follow it up with the hook.
Davis continues to win the foot battle, keeping his lead foot to the outside of Ryan Garcia, closing the distance for his trademark left, and there it is. Trying to create an angle.
Tank Davis is really smart. He saw that Garcia was letting go of the right hand, and he was trying to time that right hand.
Davis getting the left hand in again as Garcia came in. That was a lead left. And
if you see there, Tank still kept his eyes on Ryan, like even though he had slipped behind his back.
Again, to look at it, that's pretty good that he can land that lead left.
Yeah.
without having to do anything else before.
Being able to have awareness like that.
Yep.
He's still looking dead at Ryan.
He's placing his foot where he wants to. He let go of his hands when he needs to.
He's a power punch.
And you see these small steps Ryan is using coming forward. That's what you use to cut the ring off. You see, even though Tank is moving, Ryan is staying on him. So like that's one thing that'll let me know, because Devin's movement ain't as good as Tank's. But you see Ryan staying on him. So like that's the one thing to let me know, like, yeah, he's gonna be able to cut the ring off. Devin won't do nothing.
That's one of the best fundamentals that Tank have is that footwork.
Body punches. Garcia not so much in
His footwork's underrated.
He will try to go downstairs.
Yeah, it is.
There he is, that partially blocked, but there he goes with the right hook that does get in as Garcia is trying
See,
to cover
that
up
accuracy right there, throwing them punches like that with both hands to the same spot, even though Ryan had his back turned.
has done a really good job with Ryan Garcia.
And Calvin Ford has done an exceptional job with Gervonta Tank Davis. Remember, Davis did fight in January against Hector Luis Garcia. Garcia decided to forego a final fight. Was supposed to fight.
I think this is when he started going more to the body.
Yeah. And you know, those right hands Garcia landed were good ones. And Davis now moving forward because he wants to try and take the play away.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught in a position where he's uncomfortable. And he was at the moment, and he said, no, I got to throw my own punches, make you feel uncomfortable. And that's almost Davis showing Garcia a way, showing him that, you're not in the fight.
See that? Slipped out the way in the pivot.
58-55 Davis, the halfway mark.
Straight left hand lands for Davis.
The first left hooks, and that wasn't a dynamite left hook, but it was one of the few left hooks he's been able to get in.
Another left hook and a right hand by Garcia. And now
Yeah, you could hear when that left hook landed.
He snuck that shank in there.
Like if you go back a little bit, like I almost thought like they gloves had hit each other, because it sounded like a slap. And so like when I seen it in slow mo, I was like, dang, a body shot sounded like that.
Quick body punch that ended this fight. There it is, the straight left hand down to the body. And you're right.
It didn't even, and it caught him while Ryan had his right hand extended. Like when you got your right hand out like that, like that's when your liver is like the most exposed. And to get hit with that, it ain't fun. I done been hit with two good ones in sparring one time, and man, at the first one I was like, yeah, I want to get hit by that again. Then the second one, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and take this knee, because it don't feel good.
How much that hurts. That hurts more than any headshot. We're going to see the quick reaction from Tank Davis. Boom, well timed.
We just got cut off.
My bad.
I mean, absolutely. You could not have written.
They cut us off.
For him to
Cut what off?
It says stream unavailable. I'm looking at it on my tablet. But
Yeah,
up
me
here
too.
it says stream
The
unavailable.
stream's unavailable?
Yeah,
Stream
it says
suspended for
suspended
policy violations.
violation.
Yep.
Oh, let me get off. I'm thinking they messing up because that's something messed up on YouTube. Let me get off. Okay? And figure out what happened. All right, y'all.
All
All right.